I would say the biggest misconception might be that we take what we have for granted, maybe.
The biggest misconception about being a student athlete is that we're lazy and that we're all on a full ride.
We think like we're better than everyone else or something, when in reality, sometimes we're jealous of you guys.
My one roommate he doesn't wear his book bag around the class because he says people have like a stereotype of athletes that kind of look at you different. I don't know why that is. I don't really feel that way. Maybe that's the stereotype, that we're more invested in our athletics and that than school. We just don't care about school.
I got thumb surgery a few days ago, and I just got a puck to the thumb and it shattered. So I had to have reconstruction surgery. I have really cool pictures. Looks like I have like a little bionic claw in there. It's weird.
Being the captain who didn't start and the captain who sometimes never got on the field. But I think it was just because I was determined.
Sports definitely helped me choose Penn State. As an athlete, you look at schools a lot earlier than you would as just a normal student, just because of the whole recruiting process. Education came into it. I wanted to obviously go to a really good school. That was part of it, but mostly because of how strong the soccer program is, how awesome the team is, and how great the coaches are.
In terms of Penn State athletics, I thought that they had the most to offer. I thought that the education was going to be the best. You know, I really liked the direction of the program, and I thought that it would be the best fit for me.
I can do anything that I want here, school-wise, wrestling-wise, socially, so it was just a great fit.
In season, our social life is pretty minimum, really. It's mostly just soccer, school, and eating and sleeping. We don't drink at all in season.
Our rule we voted on as a team was no drinking 72 hours before games.
So when we're in season, we do have a dry season. It's set by our coach that way, so we technically don't go out at all, but that's also, at your discretion.
A big part of, just life in general is enjoying it and not being in the room. We go bowling. I go bowling with the team a lot. We go to movies, whatever you have it. If it's something that's fun, we'll go do it.
We would go out after road trips. We'd get back like 10 o'clock, or after a game, we'd go out like once a week on Saturday.
We're putting in so much time and so much effort training, and if you're going to put in that much effort, you don't want to waste any of it, having just one fun night on the weekend and taking away some of the progress that you've been making.
This was the first year where we actually all were just one cohesive group and we were on the same field, and I think part of that was because nobody felt superior to the other, and we all just realized like everybody had to earn their right in the same way, and I think it just made us that much closer then.
And then to finally be able to lift the trophy at the end together everyone knows that we wouldn't have been there without every single kid on that team pushing themselves and being super selfless, that knowing their role and doing everything they can to make sure that as a team we're the best that we possibly could have been.
Our team was pretty close, and one thing that we really focused on was we just wanted to make it feel like a family, make everyone feel like it's an inclusive place.
You just find time for stuff, just be happy in general.
And it is hard to balance school and your sport when you're waking up super early.
You crave having more of the normal student life where you don't have to worry about waking up and going to practice at 7 a.m. or, well, I have to be able to run and go hard. You definitely do.
It feels like a job sometimes. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's like the best job in the world. You get to do something you love. I had no idea what I wanted to do going into college. All I knew was that I was going to go to college for hockey. I think the fact that I got to play with cameras for school and get a grade for it, I loved.
So I'm majoring in public relations, and then I have my minors in business and sociology.
My family, we grew up on a farm and always been selling produce my whole life. The business aspect I kind of gravitated towards. I knew that was something that was kind of familiar to me, that interested me. I saw finance as more of a skill that I could use later in life, so I kind of gravitated toward that.
I'm in the College of EMS, and those professors are awesome. They are super passionate about the things that they're teaching.
If you can stay in the Big Ten, I mean, that is academics with athletics, so that was a really awesome part of it.
In season, it's just the amount of class you miss, actually. They do what they can to make sure that our travel schedules, we leave as late as possible to get to another university so that we don't miss that much class.
So it's gonna sound weird, but especially my freshman year, I was really shy. So part of my reason for getting so involved was I wanted to break out of my comfort zone. Currently on campus, I work with the College of Education in the Office of Development and Alumni Relations. Within there, I help them raise funds specifically for the College of Education. So I help a lot with the event planning and the mass mailings and all of that fun stuff, research, all of it.
I'm producing a senior film right now. There definitely are times where, like, I wish I could be more involved, but I think I'm as involved as I can be. I get to do what I love.
There's always like that one point where I'll just get so exhausted and I'm like, I can't do it anymore. Like, I can't handle all of this, but somehow it's like the next day there will be something that reminds me of why I do all of it, and I'll be like, okay, it's fine, I'm fine, I'll just keep pushing through. Like,
if you want to do it, you just got to find time for something. I think no matter how busy you are, I think you can kind of do that. If you really want something, you can find the time. I love wrestling, and that's my main focus, and I'm kind of guy that's more like, if I want something, my energy is focused toward that.
it was a rough 4 years.
I was nervous our last game on Jeffrey Field. I was like super emotional, more emotional than I thought I was going to be.
I knew it was the last time I would ever play on that field, and it was the last time I would ever represent Penn State in that way. It was like my whole family was actually there for the first time, so that was really cool. It was just a really surreal feeling knowing that I wouldn't ever play again on that field.
At the end of everything, just standing there, it sounds cheesy, but it literally was like everything, kind of like my whole career, like flashed before my eyes. Like everything that I'd gone to like get here, and then like just looking around here and being like, holy shit, I'm here. And then just having my family there and like my best friends like standing next to me.
When they were announcing the beginning of the match, we're kind of thinking I was gonna, get crushed. They were talking bonus points for the other guy. Zane just needs to fight off his back, not get pinned. And I ended up beating him, and it was a great moment. My teammates that place erupted, Rec Hall erupted.
It was just like the biggest honor ever for me that my teammates, even them knowing that I might not start games or I might not play, like that they respected me that much, that they were willing to put me in that position regardless. So
I just kept thinking, holy shit, I'm lucky. I'm really lucky because not everyone gets to do this.
Being drafted was kind of nerve-wracking. You don't know really where you're going until you're there, and until you get picked. You're now facing off against the best of the best. I'm putting everything I've got into making sure I'm as prepared as possible.
I qualified for the Olympic trials by winning nationals, so it's the competition to make the Olympic team. So the winner there gets to qualify for another tournament. They get a chance to qualify for the United States, that weight class, to the Olympics.
a lot of hard work and a lot of telling yourself you can even when you think you can't. And to be an athlete at Penn State, it just means pride and tradition alone.
We care about school. It's important.
I think personally I value my education really highly, and when I'm not going to be able to play soccer, I think having the Penn State education that I've had is going to be how I'm going to make my living and how I'm going to continue through society as an educated adult.
To be able to say that you balance the academics with the athletics and graduated on time, it's just hard work. Being an athlete is hard work.